Alright, welcome back everybody to part 2 of my Legacy Raid guide for MidNight. We are going to be doing BlackWing Lair this time around. You can see it, it's over there. BlackWing Descent, that's above us, that's a Cataclysm. So, similar to Moat Core, the fastest way to get here is to go to Orgrimmar, take the Undercity portal that is on top of the Zeppelin. Here, let me pull up a screen. So, this would be where you come out to most of the portals in Orgrimmar, arrive there, and then there's a portal to Undercity right here on this Zeppelin. Once you get to Undercity, you'll fly from Undercity down here to Blackrock Mountain. Once you're in here, the instance to BlackWing Lair is through this door, around this way. There's a couple of ways to get here. You can walk up the ramp from the ground level, or that chain you saw back there, there's a way to walk up that. I believe, yeah, this rock, you get up on the chain, you walk up that way, you walk this way, you jump up to that ledge where the door I came through, and then you walk up to this orb. I don't believe this attunement is required anymore. I think they took this out a long time ago, so anybody can just come up here, touch the orb, place hand on orb, it'll teleport you into the instance. But if you have an issue where it doesn't let you do that because you haven't attuned, you would come down here, kill this guy, the Scar Shield Quartermaster. He'll drop a letter. Doesn't look like he dropped a letter, so I'm guessing they just completely removed that attunement. Anyway, on to the raid. I'm going to come through here. This is going to be the tricky part. If you have add-ons, I've noticed that sometimes this fight doesn't work. So to complete this fight against Razorgore, yeah, you want to first come up here. Dismiss all your pets if you have a pet, or put it on passive. My pet, my ghoul, apparently is dead right now, which is just convenient. You kill these guys, and then you wanna, oh shit, you wanna click that orb. That orb will take control of the boss, and then you're gonna go around the room smashing all these eggs using Destroy Egg. You don't have to be right up on the egg, but you just go around the room spamming it. It used to be a lot more difficult. There was a timer you kind of had to keep up with, but now you can just go in any order. I'm just kind of used to doing it this way, so I'd recommend doing it this way because it's easier. You usually tame him around that spot in the room, so then you just go through egg. If you're doing this on a max level character, you don't have to worry about any of the mobs that are about to be spawning that are going to come up and hit you. They're not going to do enough damage to you to matter. Just going to get all these eggs. I don't know. I want to say there's 20, 24 or something. That's way off. There's probably like 30, 40 of these eggs. Doesn't take very long. Just get them all. Bam. Now, none of these mobs that spawn, these don't drop anything. So, even if you kill them, nothing. But they'll run to that door, despawn after you kill the boss. Or when you activate the boss after killing the last egg, all those ads will run to the door. They used to drop stuff, they don't anymore. That guy drops a pet. Again, reasons you'd be doing this run, pets, transmogs. These guys do have a chance to drop some stuff, so if you snag them there, usually not too hard. I didn't use my movement speed to show it was easy to do, and then those guys snag them right there. Usually I talk to the guy first, but to activate this second boss, you need to talk to the dragon, do a couple of his dialogue things. He'll go through some screaming some stuff, saying how he's sorry, and he wants, you know, it's too late for him. I probably have time to run up there and grab that loot too, but I'll do it on my way up. That's how you get up to the next area. There's a ramp. You just wait for this dialogue. Big Immortals flee. You know what? It doesn't sound like my sound is on at all, so let's fix that. Now that didn't really help at all, so we're going to go back, bam, bam, One-shot him. I don't think that guy drops anything. Special. Oh. See, I'm not too sure about all the new features in MidNight. I'm seeing that I just got some Adventure Dawn Crest. I think that's just like, you know, you go back, do Legacy Raid stuff. I should check what that little achievement thing that popped up was. Nothing cool, nothing too crazy. That dagger's alright. I've tried to put that on a few transmogs, but I don't really have anything that fits it. I don't wear a lot of leather. This next part is the most dreaded part of pretty much all the Legacy raids I think I'm going to be doing in this guide. Mainly because of these suppression devices. It used to be, and I'm going to try it again here. Yep, you see that guy charged up to me, they charge up to you. They used to knock you up here, but I think the gap in level is so big that they just can't hit me with it. It's got a cooldown, so I could stand there for 5 minutes, try to do it. I just don't think it's going to matter. Now, see, this is interesting. See, I chose to do this on my Deathknight because he was my best geared. But usually these slow you down. You see 80%. And that's pretty much enough to make this whole thing just a nightmare. Because, you know, let me, for example, just show you. You know, you're walking like this speed the entire time you're doing this. But for some reason, because I'm cool, I guess, it's not affecting me. You know, I did this on my shaman, who was 80 something at the time. Most of my other characters I've done this on are like 70 or lower. So maybe at such a high level, these things just don't affect you, which is nice. Otherwise, I'd be using my death charge, which, interesting, doesn't seem to be increasing my movement speed all that much. But regardless, after you go through all those, you get to the boss here, kill the boss, loot him. Because there's range units, I just go around the corner here to get the rest of these guys. But you can see right there, got a pet. I don't think that pet sells for a whole bunch. I think a couple hundred maybe. He used to sell really well because this dungeon is just such a pain in the butt, but supply and demand. Alright, okay, so I already started pulling a couple of those guys. Be wary on these. Like, I haven't really taken any damage so far coming through here, but I noticed when I was on another character, I want to say again that was my shaman, level 80 something at the time. These bombs they throw, they ended up killing me. And when I checked the details on it, none of the bombs really did that much damage. Like, the bomb that did the most was like 1,000. I get Icebound Fortitude out of that because I just don't feel like dealing with it. But I think the game just kind of bugged out and hit me with so many of those small bombs at once that it ended up killing me, like, instantly. It happened again on my warrior, who is also level 70, I think, at the time. Same thing to him. So many bombs were hitting me, I think I just bugged out and I died instantly. So be careful of that, be aware of that. It doesn't seem to be, okay, yep, nope, see, that right there, that hurt a lot. I don't know exactly what that was. I'm glad I didn't die. But then these guys, kind of a pain in the butt. They are immune to magic. So I'm going to go ahead and just summon my army. Help me clean these fellers up real quick. Put them on assist. Just let them go buck wild. You see? Easy. Okay. Now this should be a pretty good haul. I killed a couple of the bosses there. And there was a goblin. I don't know if anybody noticed. He was standing down here when I pulled all those other dragons. He drops a recipe. If you're a miner, he drops a recipe to make... It's not Elementium bars. It's a bar that you need for... Oh boy. Jeez, oh Pete's. That's going to bug me. I can't quite remember what it's for. It's one of the legendary weapons, I believe. I don't think the adventurer guy is going to tell me about him, but no. And then you see we killed those couple of dragons. Fire Maul, Ebon Rock, and Flame Gore. Come over here, pull this lever, opens up the gate to Cro-Magnus. Endeavor tasks, that's what those are. So I'm completing Endeavor tasks, that's giving me adventurer coins. Dawncrest, rather, adventurer Dawncrest. So he also drops a pet. It used to be a really good, high quality pet. I don't think it's quite kept up with some of the more recent pets they've come out with, but it used to be pretty good. I think it still sells for a little bit. This shield, kinda, I like the design, but these smaller shields really don't ever sell for much. So you see add-on saying 5 gold. Yeah, probably just ended up disenchanting that, but you come through here, in here, come up, Lord Victor, talk to him, tell him, I made no mistakes, blah, 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 please do. Dialogue, he'll disappear in a second, and some dragonkins will start spawning. I used to just always stack right there, but I've kind of got in the habit of stacking myself over here. I'm going to put my pet on passive again. This part's not difficult at all. You just stand here. I don't know how many of these guys need to spawn. I usually sit here for about a minute and then I'll kill them all. That usually works. And we'll go over. So this Elementium ingot, I wish TSM was showing the information for it right now, but it doesn't seem to want to work in combat. These used to sell for quite a bit. Again, this one was a little bit harder to run. That first boss used to be difficult. If you didn't know how to do it, you didn't know the trick, wasn't worth coming in here, and then you'd have to deal with that slow. It was just a skip for most people. There was not a whole lot of transmog in here. But that ore pretty much just drops in here. 25 gold, yeah. It's still 144 of it sells a day on average. I think that's just used for crafting transmog gear now, so it's not super sought after. Disappointing. Oh, I did get a gray sack. These gem sacks, pretty nice. Some of the older gems still pretty highly sought after. Necklace, that's just gonna get disenchanted. These legs, I could see those going on some pretty decent transmogs, but yeah, that is BlackWing Lair. Doesn't take long. Would that take about 10 minutes to complete that? So not bad at all. Let's see what's next on the agenda for our next raid. We will be going to, let's see, we did Molten Core, BlackWing Lair. Blackrock Depths is under the raid category. Oh, that's the Time Walker. Interesting. Okay, well, that's probably not going to be on our list. So next we got AQ 20 and 40. It's exciting. I haven't done those in a while. All right. See you next time on part 3.